Okay, it's okay. I'll take the lead. Father, we thank you for this presentation. We thank you for our presenter today. And we thank you for the people on this call. We thank you that this presentation is going to leave them changed, that their businesses are going to change, and they're going to have an impact in this world. We pray all this trusting in your mighty name.
Amen.
Okay. So today, I thought we'd talk about sales, especially at the beginning of the year. And who better to talk about sales than a person who speaks about it? He's actually having a big conference this month about it. So we thought we'd invite Daniel Choudry to talk about sales. I know he can write probably a whole Bible about sales. But yes, in just these few minutes, we'd like to hear from Daniel Choudry of the Daniel Choudry Institute, which I think is about to become a university. So I'm going to kindly ask all of you to unmute your mics and let's welcome Daniel Choudry to lead us today.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome, the sales warrior.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, family. I'm really delighted. Sidi actually had a chat with me a few days ago and said, I think it wouldn't be such a bad idea if we started the year having a conversation around sales. I'm like, no problem. I'm always ready. And then this is also a message to all of us as BLN members. We must always be ready. You never know when your expertise may be sought for. So always be ready. Before I delve deeply into the subject of sales, I just want to talk about a model that I read recently. It's called the ERIC model. And then as business people, I would love for us to apply the ERIC model in our business, but also in our personal life. So it's an acronym, ERIC. R stands for what are those things you need to eliminate from your business? What are those things you need to eliminate from your life? Maybe your family life, from your Christian life. There's certain things that maybe is impeding your progress as a business person, impeding your progress as a spiritual person, impeding your progress in your family. So there's certain things we have to eliminate. So you have to ask yourself that question. What do I need to eliminate to be a more effective and efficient business person or Christian? The R is what are those things you have to reduce? These are things that it's for self-reflection pretty much. You have to do a self-reflection by yourself or with your team on those things that you have to reduce. What are those things that you have to reduce? You also have to look into that. And then what are those things you have to increase? There are certain things that if we increase doing, it will make us better. So you have to ask yourself also the question, what do I need to increase? I can be able to do better in business. And then what do you need to create? What do you need to create? There are certain things that maybe you have not been doing, but if you could only start doing and create it in your business, it would make you do better. So that's the ERIC model. What do you need to reduce? I mean, what do you need to eliminate? What do you need to reduce? What do you need to increase? And what do you need to create? That will set the pace for you to align and see exactly what needs to be done to make 2023 a better year. So I thought I should start there. Now, talking about the subject that I love the most, that's sales. I want to talk about the sales effectiveness drivers, the things that if you did well this year will make your business do well. Selling is not just about, go talk to people, things like that. You need to have structure. The first thing that is very important for a business person is structure. If you lack structure with your sales strategy, then chances are very high that you're not going to do much. So under these sales effectiveness drivers, I have about 6-7 things that I could just, point to you. I'm going to increase and talk a bit more about them at the convention. In other words, I'm actually selling to you the convention right now. So the first thing you need as a business, if you want to do well or your team to do well with you with sales, is first of all start with what problem are you solving? let your people know that very well. What problem are you solving in the marketplace? The other side of the question could be, what solution are you offering to the marketplace? And you as the business owner, you must be absolutely clear about this. What solution are you offering? What problems are you solving? It's a double-sword question, of course. And the other context of the question could also be, what keeps your potential buyers awake at night? What keeps your potential buyers awake at night? And that can make you zero down to the minutest of details of what solution you're providing in the marketplace. And then number two, who is your ideal customer profile? Who buys your kind of solution? Are we together, guys? I hope I'm not talking to myself. Can somebody just talk to me back? Are we good?
We can hear you.
We're together.
We are here. Going nowhere.
We are here.
Thank you. Okay. So who is your ideal customer profile? Who buys your kind of solution? Who are they? Where are they? What is their demographics in terms of sex, age, profession? Where are they? What are their major behaviors? You know, double down to the minutest of details. And that's very important for us. And then sometimes as business people, we are so much in a hurry to, to take our business to market without zeroing down on some of these minutest of details of what the conversation should be with the marketplace. Because all these questions you're asking yourself is to help you shape the conversation you're supposed to have with the marketplace. The third question you should be asking is, how do we reach them? Now, that's where strategy come in now. How do we reach this ideal customer profile? How do I reach them? Is it door to door? Is it through phone calls? Is it through writing proposals? Is it through opening a shop or something like that? How do I reach them? How do I reach the most number? How do I reach the majority of this ideal customer profile? So build a strategy around your ideal customer profile. And then I could talk about just sales strategy alone the entire session, but I'm just giving you pointers about the things we should pay attention on. So build a strategy. After building a strategy, then come up with clear roles and structure of how your salespeople, or even you, because I always tell salespeople, the first salesperson, I always tell business people, the first salesperson for your business is you. Any businessman, any business lady who start a business and say, I am not good in sales. Oh, you gotta be. You got to be. The first person to sell the solutions that you offer is you. So it's important that you come up with a clear structure. How do I attack, if I can use that word, of the warrior? How do I attack the market? How do I reach out to the market? Or if I'm supposed to use a farmer's language, how do I reach out? How do I cultivate? How do I cultivate? So structure is important. And then what roles are you going to play? What roles do you salespeople? What roles, if you recruited some sales team to come and work with you, what roles do you want them to do on a daily basis in terms of, market activities, sales activities, customer engagement activities? So structures and roles, you as the business owner must come up with the detail of the structures and roles of how you intend your salespeople to reach out there. If you don't have it, then you're faking it until you make it. And that is a failing formula most of the time. And then the next thing you should be thinking about, we're talking about the sales effectiveness drivers, right? So the next thing you should be thinking about is, what kind of personality should work for me? Recently, I was hosted on NBS, and they asked me a question: what do you need to do as an entrepreneur to recruit good salespeople? And I answered it just in a very casual way. But later on, when I thought about my answer, I kind of felt it was deep and profound. I said, you need to recruit for personality and train for skill. recruit for personality and train for skill. And that's a very important thing, because listen, skill can be trained, but people with a little bit of a questionable identity, chances are very high they will not make a good representation for your business out there. So it's important that you have somebody with a great personality, with a good conversational depth. They can hold a chat with someone, they can ask questions confidently, they can have a good conversation with a stranger. So it's important you recruit for personality. So the sales force, the people, the recruitment process must be the right one. The people you bring must be passionate about talking to strangers, must be confident in their own self-identity, must be coherent in their conversational depth. And then you can train them for skill based on what problem do you solve, based on what is your ideal customer profile, and things like that. And then the next thing is the sales activities. What are those activities that I call it the critical sales activities? They are must-dos. Every business have a must-do on a daily basis in terms of market outreach, in terms of prospecting, in terms of pipeline development. Every business have something to do on a daily basis. So what are those activities that must be done? Don't say, my business, I can talk to client once a week and then it works. No. Even if you whatsoever kind of service, even when you sell gold, come on now. You gotta talk to people on a daily basis. What a shock, right? So what are those key activities that needs to be done? And then the next one is, what is your customer looking for? What is your customer looking for in the kind of business that you are doing? What makes your customer want to have a next conversation with you and a third conversation with you? But by and large, buy from you. Like, what are they looking for? You need to start your business to serve the customer. If I could just extend a little bit the conversation Apostle started on the Business Garage last Wednesday, it talked about, you bring money to your business. You bring, money through the ideas that you brought to the business. And for me, what I picked from that in relation to my craft as a salesperson is, what solution are you giving to this customer that the customer really, really want? They really, not what you think they want, but what they actually want. And how do you get to know that? Talk to them. Talk to them so that they can help you to refine your services, refine your conversations, refine the quality of whatsoever you're offering. And then lastly, revenue targets. Revenue target should be the last thing that you set for your sales force. And unfortunately, most of us entrepreneurs, we bring salespeople and the first thing we talk about is, this is your target. Target should be the last thing. But target is the most important thing. And that's why you have to go through the genesis of all these other things that leads to target. So target is the last thing. So you ensure that you set what I call a progressive target. Like, slowly, these targets keep on growing and growing and growing. Set a target for your team that helps them to win. You get what I mean? Like set a target. If I've just joined your organization now, don't give me a target that I'm not able to reach. Then I start thinking, maybe I can't do this, So set what I call a progressive target. And then that will help set the pace in terms of, what you need to do. So those are the, I think, 6-7 sales effectiveness drivers I thought I should talk about. And I want to end here, Sidi. I'll take some questions if there is any. Thank you.
Wow, amazing. You've such short notice, but so much impact. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure we have quite a number of questions for the sales warrior. If you have any questions, please raise your hand up. I can see some people have already raised their hands, and you can also use the chat option. But before I get to some of these questions, my first question is, kindly help us repeat the ERIC model. For those who, I know a lot of people joined in after you went through it. If you could just briefly talk about the ERIC model, then I could go to some of the questions on call.
Okay. So the ERIC model, the E is the things you need to eliminate. as a business person, there are some things that maybe, they are spendthrift. They're not adding any value. You need to totally just cut them out. So what are those things you have to eliminate? The error is, what are those things you have to reduce? There's some things that you're spending a lot of time doing, but they are filling up space, but not giving you impact. So what are those things you have to reduce? And then the I is, what are the things you have to increase doing? Maybe you need to read more this year. Maybe you need to do more social media. What are those things you have to increase doing? Maybe you need to meet more, fill in your pipeline more, make more calls. What are the things you have to increase? And then what are those things you have to create? There's some things that you have not started doing yet in your business. But if you created and you started it, like you created it, it's not there, but you just totally, pioneering it in your business. And it will make it more effective and more productive and more efficient. So that's the ERIC model. Eliminate, reduce, increase, and create.
Well, okay, thank you. Michael Sevagala, I think you're the first to have your hand up. You could please go, you could ask your question. Let's keep it brief.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Daniel, and thank you, everyone on the call. My question is to Daniel. In your book, Becoming a Sales Warrior.
Yeah, sales superstar and the managing marketer.
Yes, you
Thanks
highlight.
for buying and reading.
Thank you. You highlight the fact that someone has to be thoroughly presentable in terms of being an effective salesperson. Just speak into that a little bit, if you don't mind.
I like that. Okay. Presentable, let's be a little plain. Presentable in terms of context. Let's just say, number one, look good. Then number two, speak good. And then number three, listen good. Those are the three things that I want to talk about in terms of presentation. Look good, or probably somebody says smell good, but that's a discussion for another day. That's subjective. And then speak good, like coherence in your conversation. If you ask questions, is it, well crafted, well chosen, well put at the right time? And then also be a good listener, because listen, sometimes the salespeople, we talk, and we don't listen. And unfortunately, people don't buy for our reasons. People buy for their own reasons. People buy from people they like. People buy for a solution that they want to solve for themselves, not what you think they should solve for themselves. So it's important that in terms of presentation, those are the things that I'm thinking about. But also, I'm thinking, if I could add a little bit, when you look at the different types of selling, I think presentation also comes very handy there. There are these four types of selling. There's transactional selling, which is just exchange of goods. You exchange money for whatever product that somebody has to offer to you. And transactional selling doesn't work much in the current times. Of course, it works when somebody goes to the supermarket and then picks a few items and then go to the point of sale and you pay. That's where transactional selling will work. But if you look at most of our businesses, we are not having a supermarket or a shop. We are having to go and talk to people, our ideal customer profile, from where they are, in their offices, sometimes in their homes, sometimes after church. So you can't be transactional. So the second type of selling is educational selling. And I think a lot of our businesses, we need to educate the buyer what solution we are trying to provide for them. But before we even talk about the solution, we need to first of all make them understand exactly the size of the problem and the urgency of the problem. So educational selling is a very important aspect of selling that requires good presentation as well, because you have to teach me, the folks who are dealing in insurance, I keep telling them, teach me first about the relevance of insurance. Teach me first why I should bank. Teach me first, because we are very assumptive sometimes that people should know the problem that our businesses are solving. And that's not the case. We should never be assumptive as business people. So educational selling is important. Educate me. Give me context. Give me narrative. Let me appreciate the depth of the understanding of that space that you're trying to offer a solution in. And then the next one is consultative selling. Consultative selling is that you're looking at me holistically. You're looking at the entire sums of the part. Yes, I'm a businessman and I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. Maybe I'm not doing accounting well. And you could help me provide support or assistance from someone who can, help me put my books of accounts in order. Maybe I'm struggling with operational issues, and somebody who can help in that line. Maybe like you're a consultant, you are a one-stop center. Of course, you have the main solution that you have come to provide for me, but you're not only looking at that solution alone. Because I trust you, we have kind of built a rapport and we're having a good conversation. Now, probably you can be able to help me much more than just give me a solution along the line of what you deal in. And then, of course, last one is relationship selling. And for me, that's the in thing today. We live in an environment of an informed buyer with a lot of information, with a lot of options. And people buy from people they like. People buy people now. So it's important that you build relationship. You have to be friendly. You have to build rapport. You have to try to talk into the other person's life, maybe what they like and things like that. And just keeping in touch for the sake of friendship, not with an opportunistic mindset of, okay, let me try to pretend like I'm a friend and maybe later on they like me and then they will be able to give me business. Relationship is relationship. Nothing less, nothing more. So that's what I am thinking about when you're talking about presentation. Be more relational, be more consultative, be more educational, be less transactional. So that's what I could say.
Wow. Okay. Let me ask a question that many entrepreneurs struggle with. How do I get a sales team when I have no money? I need to sell, but how do I get a sales team when I have no money?
First, make the money. Listen, I don't believe in straight commission personally. I don't believe that you're going to get a graduate from the university who was just finished and even struggling to get transport or even money for data on their phone. I want to believe that, yes, capital is an idea, but there is a need for physical cash. It's one of the drivers. I call it tools of trade. One of the tools of trade must be money. We have had the analogy of use money to make more money many times. These salespeople need to call. These salespeople need to go and visit people. And if I've been struggling to even get transport to go to church, and now you're telling me I should look for transport to go to maybe Nansana, and I'm staying in Nalia, that's going to be difficult. And you'll find that a lot of salespeople will lie to you that they've done this, they've done that, when they've actually not done. What I would advise, though, is you need to have some small budget for sales, for market outreach. The problem with most entrepreneurs is that we do not know how to utilize this budget. We just give this money to sales people. Okay, I've given you money, go and sell. And for me, that's the wrong strategy. First of all, you need to design your market landscape. Design your market landscape. Design exactly the different route to market strategy you want them to use. Tell them where you want them to go. Why? Because you know. Why do you know? Because you're the first salesperson for your business. And then if you can also help them, get them a database, maybe a directory of the kind of business that you help, or the kind of individuals that you help. Get a database, give it to them. The thing is, help your salespeople to win. And how do you do that? Create all these avenues that makes it easier for them to get what I call low-hanging fruits. If you brought a sales team and you've not even shown them what the low-hanging fruits are, and then for 1 month they've not sold, the second month they've not sold, the third month, actually the second month you're already pissed off, and then you find that the conversation you have with them totally changes. So show them the low-hanging fruits, help you people to win fast. Because when they win fast, it gives them the confidence to now try to dare and go for the little bit harder account to bring on board, those hard, big accounts. So first of all, show them the low-hanging fruits. How do you do that? Number one, facilitate them to go to those low-hanging fruits. And number two, make sure that they know exactly how to have a chat. They should have a script at the beginning of how they can talk to these, individuals within the low-hanging fruits, so they can win. When they bring money for you, they get excited. And when they get excited, they start loving doing sales. Because listen, nobody likes rejection. Nobody likes to be told no all the time. And some people can say they know with some level of expletive that you're like, oh God, why did I even get here? So it's important that you help your salespeople win at the beginning. And the first thing is have a budget. Have a small budget. Give them some retainer, but don't just give them money and say, okay, now go. Show them the way. Lead the way. I'm the kind of leader in sales who is hands-on. And any businessman who is not hands-on, who cannot go with their sales team at the beginning of their sales conversation to go and negotiate deals and get deals done, then you are playing games. You're wasting time. The sales are not going to perform. Don't expect me to have the passion and the vision you have for your business. I've just come because I'm trying to seek for a living. I'm looking for a source of survival. And maybe you came out as the one that, recruited me. So don't expect me to have the same level of enthusiasm, the same level of drive and charisma to go and talk to your potential customers the way you would as a business owner. So what do? The initial days, the first 3 conversations, I just tell them, make calls and I will go with you. I'll get the deal done. And you'll watch me do it with the level of depth and passion and love that I have to talk about my business. And you watch it. And 2-3 times after that, I'll let you do it. And I also watch you. So that anchorship, that mirroring is very important for entrepreneurs. And when you start telling me I don't have time, man, oh man, I don't know what I can tell you, but I'll just say this. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. So that's my answer to you.
Wow. Our time is fast spent. Amazing and deep conversations. The last minute, I would like you to tell the people on call about the conference. How can they get to know more about you? Tell us about the conference coming up, and then you close us off with some well wishings.
Oh, thank you, Siri. First of all, thank you for inviting me to do this. Listen, there's still more where this came from. I think every month we should have a conversation around sales, and I'll be very happy to facilitate it, so that we remain switched on in terms of some of the different challenges that we face with our businesses. Because listen, the biggest challenge that any business faces is sales. Managing money is the easier part, but bringing the money is the issue. So I would be very happy for us to continue this narrative. But the sales convention is on 27th, on Friday, 27th of this month at Kampala Serena Hotel. It's a one-day event from 9 a.m. to about 4 p.m. And I'm bringing together people who have, number one, sold their personal brand well. They've sold their personal brand incredibly well. One of our own, our elder, Mona, an incredible, amazing person. She's going to be talking with us. She's going to be talking about the importance of, having a great personal brand, having a brand that helps, get progress, be it with your business, be it with your personal life, be it with your career, and several other things that Mona will talk about. I have Amos Wekesa, who I believe that most of us actually know. I call him Mr. Tourism. Amos will be talking about the importance of networking. In business and in sales and things like that. So and several other things that Amos will talk about. Then I have a lady who has been voted last year as the top 20 female influencers on social media, Janet Machuka. Janet will be talking to us. She's Kenyan. She'll be talking to us about the importance and the revolution of social media and the internet and how we can be able to leverage it for our business. She's doing a very good business. Can you hear me? Yeah, she's doing a very good social media business in Kenya, and she's coming to talk to us about that. And then myself, of course, I'm talking about the sales effectiveness drivers. I'm talking about pipeline development. I'm talking about meeting decision makers. I know you can do it, and several other things. Then Tony Otoa will also be talking about what are decision makers looking for. So that the content is really rich. We're just talking about the sales mindset, the sales process, sales execution, and several other things. Of course, it's just a momentum building day. I don't believe that we can change behaviors in one day, but at least we shall give you some pointers. So if you have a sales team, please sponsor them. 150,000 shillings only for BLN members, because that's the early bird rate. Many people are now paying 200,000. We are left with 9 days today. 9 days to the convention, and I need you guys to come and support one of your own. Come and support me. Let's fill up Kampala Serena Hotel. I need that hall to be full. I'm inviting each one of you. If you can get a table is 1,450,000 instead of 1.5. So if each one of your business can get a table and you come and attend this convention, number one, we'll give you rich content, but number two, we'll also be continuing to build this amazing family where we support each other. So I thank you, and I'm looking forward to having all of you. If you need the ticket, just inbox me now. I'll get somebody to deliver the tickets to you today. And I would really love, after this talk, if this talk has benefited you, please inbox me so I can give you a ticket. I'm looking forward to having all of you on the 27th. Otherwise, Sidi, back to you.
Oh, thank you so much. Your time is fast spent, people. We pray that we'll have sales strategies for all our teams and that our businesses will grow and have impact in their communities. In Jesus' name, amen. See you all on Thursday. We're taking a break on Wednesday, but we get back on Thursday. Thursday, we'll have Chairman Julius Kabugo. Another exciting lineup for you this week. So have an awesome day.